Right, we move on after the simple factorization to another part. What do we do if we don't find factors? We use what we call a quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is x is equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Remember, your quadratic formula is very important, especially what we find under the square root sign. Because this is what we find under the square root sign, we're still going to use it further in the topic algebra when we're dealing with the nature of roots. Right. Let us just look at what we need to do. Remember, it is still the same thing. ax squared plus bx plus c becomes very important in this formula as well. Because the b that we see here, it is the b that we get when we put our equation in this standard form, in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c, so that we can see what is a, what is b, and what is c. Right. Let's look at how we set these problems in the examination. For example, if we've got 5x into x minus 3 is equals to 2. If I'm given this particular problem, I'm required to solve it with correct 2 decimal places. That becomes the key. If you see the word correct to 2 decimal places, it simply tells me that I'm going to use the quadratic formula. Let's break this into that form first so that you can see what is A, what is B, and what is C. When we break these brackets, it's going to be 5x squared. 5x times minus 3, it's going to give us a 15x. Then we take this to this side because we want to have 0 on the right-hand side. So it's going to be minus 2 equals to nothing. Right, this form is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c now. We can safely see what is a, which is the coefficient of x squared, what is b, which is the coefficient of x. In this case, it is minus 15. Don't make a mistake and say it's 15. It is minus 15, and c is obviously minus 2. It is safer to write a is equals to 5, b is equals to minus 15, as well as c will be equals to minus 2. All then that we need to do is to substitute into our formula. This is our formula. Then our root, our x, then is, you write this minus as it is, minus, then you write b. What is the value of b? Ax squared, b, you've already written the value of b. You push it in here. In this case, our b is minus 15, plus or minus. That's why you've got 2 roots, because the other one you get it from plus, the other one you get it from minus. The square root of, remember you've just written b this side, it is minus 15 squared. Remember my b is squared, minus 4. The value of a in this case is 5, and the value of c is minus 2. It's 4ac, it's minus 2. Don't forget to close the bracket. This is all over 2a. What is the value of a in this particular problem? The value of a is 5. Right. From this step, this is the most important step when we deal with a quadratic formula. Substitute correctly. Then x will be, if you like, you can take this route, or you can just go there straight to the answer, or you're going to multiply this, you get 15 plus first square root of something over 10, or x is equals to 15 in this case. Remember, we've used plus in this case, now we've got to use minus. Minus square root of something over, this is 10. Now you work this thing out in your calculator. Let's work this thing together. What is it that I have there under the square root? It's 15 squared minus 4 into, I've got 5, close this bracket, open another one, then minus 2. Minus 2. I close the bracket. I see what I get under the square root sign. It is 265. 265 in both sides is going to be the same thing, 265, because I'm getting it from the same thing. X then is equals to, you put this in your calculator. Remember that you already have your 265. You write it as it is. You go to a fraction button in your calculator, preferably your Casio. This is 15 plus Square root of 265, square root, you push a square root sign of 265. You can't go wrong. You just follow exactly what you see. And you make sure that what you see on the paper is exactly what you see on your calculator. Right. You go down. This is all over 10. Then you write your answer. You press the SD button. The answer this side is 3,127. Remember, the question says correct to 2 decimal places. Since it is 127, you can write 13 because 7 is above 5. So it's 3,13 this side. Or x is equals to. I don't have to start all over again in my calculator and do the same thing again, because this is exactly the same as that. All that I need to do is to go into my calculator, change this plus sign, replace it with minus sign, and push the equal sign. I will get the very same answer. If I do that, I go back, I go up there with my cursor on my Casio, I delete the positive sign, replace it with a negative sign, then I press the answer. It will come in a fraction form, then press SD. The answer is minus 0,13 as well. These are the two roots that I get using the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula, remember, you've got to take your formula, you get it from your data sheet. You are given this formula during the examination. You just substitute the value of A, B, and C. Remember, it is still algebra, still the first part of your paper, where you put everything in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c first. That is the quadratic formula.